The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, The Money Masters.
Let's go to Shivan in Boston. Shivan, what's happening, brother?
I'm watching you both on Tiger TV.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, definitely it is. Learning a lot from Tiger.
Now, your Money Masters, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate all you tigers and tigresses growling and prowling with us out here. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Riding to work this morning, folks. Just take it easy out there. Dow, down 41. Nasdaq's off 2. S&Ps are off 3. We got gold down 310. You have bonds up 13. And King dollars on the march once again. The European Union, of course, has done nothing again. You nailed it yesterday. You said, I mean, the bottom line. Did Draghi call you up? Draghi gets on the press line, folks. You know, last week. Oh, we're going to save the European Union no matter what it is. And then all of a sudden they all hide. They're all in hiding now.
Well, isn't Timmy overseas?
And then the IMF. Yes, he is. And the IMF though. Yeah, the IMF. Check this out, folks. Last night the IMF comes out at 5:30 and says, bottom line, right? They're all history. You know, I'm bringing it down to the bottom line.
Yeah.
But
I think Timmy must have gone over there because he was saying, "Hey, now wait a minute here. You guys start printing money, you're going to crash our markets."
You
know, because maybe he's saying, "Hey, we're not ready to print here just yet, and if you guys start printing money." Well, you're just simply our dollar's going to get strong, and here's the correlation. You know, because we've been listening to Tom O'Brien, and he knows what's going on out here. Just tune into TFNN, Mr. Draghi.
I'm telling you, you know, look at this King dollar, folks. Okay, you know the world. I'll tell you, man. I mean, this thing wants to go. You know, so watch what you have here to this morning, which is really cool. When we came down the past Friday, you know, we came down hard, man. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You know, price-wise, volume-wise, you did it all. I mean, you still had 35,000 contracts versus 40, okay, which means that it's still lighter volume. But when you come down hard like that, it's like, you know, it takes a little bit to push it off. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Now, this morning...
good volume yesterday, though.
Yeah, good volume, but this morning is a classic. See, this morning... It gets down to the 82.64 level, folks, which was once again tested last Friday. Yeah. Last Thursday, rather. But it was 7,000 contracts. That's what you need.
Yes.
That's what you need to say, okay, there's no more sellers, man. You know, there's no more sellers. And the bottom line, this thing wants to go higher. What I did here this morning, this was pretty wild. Jim Grant was on CNBC this morning. Yeah. And so what they were talking about, folks, was that this is, you know, I hadn't seen this in the news at all. You know, all you keep hearing about is that, you know, the Fed and their balance sheet's getting bigger. Yes. He says, well, no one's looking at the balance sheet. He says, because the balance sheet actually has got smaller in the last quarter and smaller in the last year. Yeah, as they've started transferring some of that debt that they originally bought. That was, I think that's what they were. That's right. Between that and what ends up happening, the bonds are expiring. Yes. Yeah. Right. So, but it's interesting. Do you know what I mean? Because the perception out there is that it's still expanding. Well, mine was anyway.
Well, the expansion that the U.S. dollar is weak too.
Yeah, and it's not
unless you run a big company.
Yeah. Then you know that it's a monster.
Yeah, if you weren't paying attention to currency, you are now.
It's a monster that you're trying to get under control running a big company, but you won't be able to do it. Yeah. That's the bottom line.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's go see our neighbor, Rick from British Columbia. Hey, Rick, what's going on, brother?
How you guys doing?
We're doing great, man. You having a good day up there?
Oh, yeah, really good.
Good.
So hey, listen, so we're almost getting in August, so what's this summer like up there? What is it, the weather like? Is it 70, 75? What is it like?
No, we've had a really good summer. We've had a lot of days like that, yeah. Yeah. We actually have, what was it 2 years ago we had, or 2 or 3 years ago, we had one of the hottest summers. Last year we had one of the worst.
Okay.
But this year it's been nice, and, you know, we've had some days like into the 90s.
Oh, yeah, good.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know, talking about weather cycles, placer miners, for anybody who doesn't know what placer miner is, that's when you got loose gold created by, you know, movement of, you know, ice, water over time and stuff, and then people, you know, they pan gold. Well, you can do it with loaders, with buckets, you know, and everything like that. But they found tusks of animals that live basically in Mexico, California climate, and that's basically in Alaska, northern British Columbia, Yukon area, you know. I find that pretty interesting.
Oh, it's dynamite, man. When I was up in Alaska, I was there when they found that one of them was like 2 million years old. It was so cool, man. It was like, and it was in perfect shape.
Yeah.
It had been under the tundra for so. It was like, how does this work? 2 million years. Think about it. I mean, we're drops. We're like little raindrops. You know what I mean? It's like crazy.
Yeah, and I went placer mining myself. I rented a loader in 1988, and that's a little bit east of me here. And I'm not a real ice age type of person.
Yes.
Like, it is what it is. But when you drive down it, you're driving in old riverbeds that haven't had water for a long time. Plus, a lot of the islands that are like solid bedrock, they're eroded in the same direction. It's kind of amazing how water or ice at one time moved one direction. So you can kind of see that there must have been a lot of ice there at one time. You know?
Right. And, folks, if you're having a hard time visualizing what Rick's talking about, so picture this. I can visualize it because I've seen the glaciers and how they move. So what happens, folks, is this. When the glacier is moving, right, you can actually see they put up all the dirt, so you can see the trail. Just picture it as a trail. Sure. And it is really wild, isn't it, man? It's like, how does that work?
Well, you know, it's funny you mention that. For anybody that's interested in that, just type in Salmon Glacier. That's right on the British Columbia-Alaska border. It's one of the neatest area. There's like my son's up there right now. Pretium, Pretium.
Okay.
It's just he drives right by the glacier, but you end up driving. You start at the bottom below it, and you end up above it. It's just an amazing road, and then he gets choppered into a mine. What he's working at is called Pretium, Pretium, and they have they're a vein mine. Like, you know, a lot of times there's like a low grade, but there's lots of ore, right?
Yes.
Well, they had a press release come out the other day, 41,000 grams per ton. And there's 31.38 grams in an ounce.
Right.
I mean, this is not a hobo story. It's unbelievable.
Hobo story. I like it.
Yeah. Well, you know what it's like, right? I mean, you've heard a lot of good stories, but this is in reality, it is a true story, and it's Pretium. You probably hear about that in the future. It's PVG in Canada, and but anyway, that is what it is. But I looked at the dollar and oil.
Yes.
And oil especially, like oil has volume at the lows, doesn't it, Tom?
Yes.
On the chart. But both of them have, on a 5-day, they got little inverted head and shoulder formations. In other words, we should go back to where it broke out from 4 days ago, and then we'll just come back to the neckline. In the dollar's case, the neckline would be at 83, but we should get a move all the way back up to like 83.60, 83.80. And that's what it looks like is going to happen to me. And oil's got the same. Oil's even more dynamic in the sense it's got volume down at the lows.
Yeah, oil looks to be like an ABC down to me.
It could.
You know, I mean, you got the small one. The small one, you know, is from 93.25, you know, down to this 86.
Yeah. But I'm just saying short term for trading, oil's got a nice 5-day head and shoulder formation, which isn't even going to take it to the lows, but it could, right? But the lows, you agree that on your charts, you got volume sitting down at the lows, don't you?
Well, the bigger issue, you know, you talk about volume at the lows. The 08 lows, you get volume. So it's like, you know, I mean, I don't see it going there just yet. But I mean, if oil goes and attacks this $74 again, you know, if it breaks at 74, oil can go south in 2 seconds, man. Yeah. I think what we're going to see is this, and this is the first time that it really started diverging out, that you actually did, you know, have the dollar going up, you had gold going up, euros going down, and folks thought forever that at one point could happen, but it looks like it is happening now. And I think that has to do with the European just saying, hey, man, I know my currency's no good. The thing that's amazing about that, folks, is this. It's just the opposite of what the whole world thought about.
Yes.
The whole world, you know, well, let me tell you something. when I first started the Gold Report, even up to 6 or 7 years, well, I had a currency guy this morning. There's 2 currency guys coming out this morning saying that the dollar's dead. They're out of their minds. They're like, they're on crack or something. It's like, what's wrong with them? You know, seriously. I'm not kidding. It's the euro that's dead.
Well, here's Draghi, when he said, get this, Merkel's on holidays.
Right.
And she's the one that calls the shots.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
You know, I mean...
when the cat's away, the mouse will play. That is funny.
See ya.
Okay,
all
man.
Right,
have a great one. Have a safe one.
Yeah.
But the amazing thing is that the whole propaganda...
Oh.
Okay?
And they're good at it.
They're really the dollar's done, the United States of America is done,
yeah.
And it's hilarious. It's like, what is wrong? I mean, they're like, there's something seriously wrong with that. Well, it's not factual. That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
You know, the facts are that we hit the dollar low 3-4 years ago.
Right. Right.
It's like 2012. Can you believe that, man? I'm telling you, man, I can't even believe it's 2012. That is crazy. I was looking at the... So listen to this, folks. You talk about time going quick. I was, at Christmas time, you know, I buy a lot of these gift cards for, you know, people, right?
Yeah.
I was just going through, I was pulling out some cufflinks, and I realized, I said, oh, man, I'm looking at some of these gift cards that I had got for people at Christmas, right? And I got more than I needed, right?
Sure.
I still had a gift card in there for like $400 from 2008. I'm saying to myself, man, this is pretty good.
Wait till you go find out they're not going to give you $400 for it.
No, this is from the Hard Rock. They'll give me $400 for it.
Okay.
They'll love it. They'll figure they're going to get me for more than $400.
Right.
No, you know what I'm saying? No, I know. But it blew my mind. I remember getting it. It blew my mind just how fast the acceleration of time gets going.
Well, it does. You know, I mean, next thing we know, Christmas. Save those cards. Christmas is right around the corner.
I'm gonna. It was
See,
good.
you don't have to go shopping now.
Found money.
Exactly.
Found money.
Which is always good.
Evidently, let's go take a look at Coach here. So Coach is getting whacked out here. That's down 20%.
Now, they must have guided very poorly. I think the revenues and income weren't that far off, or maybe they missed the estimate, but they're getting tanked, that's for sure.
So watch
and
this,
look at the volume.
This is a monster ABC down. You got 79 is your A point. You got 55, 65. It's $25. $25 gets you what? We got 25, 32, and it's at 51. Oh man, yeah. Let me pull this back.
If you pull it back, you're going to see it's coming against an original breakout area, and already it has the same volume. You know, this close into the trading session here.
Yep.
So, you know, whoever's in that still hasn't given up just yet, but they got their work ahead of them.
Now, just look what's sticking out.
They got their work ahead of them.
This is pretty intense, folks, because what you have, you can really learn a lot off this talk. Okay, folks, so if you're in your car, we're going to explain what we're looking at here. We talk a lot about, they always give you time to get out.
Oh, exactly.
Whether you're long, folks, or you're short positions, the market always gives you time. In this case, Coach was screaming in August of 2011 to get out of the stock. Pretty amazing. And then it went to a higher high, and then they don't let you out. Amazing. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, all you tigers and tigresses, we appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.
Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on Tiger TV with her Small Cap Roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kate Stalter, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Carol Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to archives of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
Millionaires are made every day. The fact is, living your dreams is possible. Someone, somewhere is going to get rich. My recommendation is, let that be you. Each day, someone is making the decision to better themselves and creating a plan to fulfill their financial dreams. Let that be you. The key to turning dreams into reality is to take massive action. Let that be you. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Master Show with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN, and I can help you with your journey to great wealth. I'll show you how to create the ultimate financial edge, a set of tools, insights, and strategies that are part of my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. You'll have direct access to me by phone, email, and my private library of trading and investing secrets for 30 days with an unconditional money-back guarantee. I'll take your trading to the next level. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage of TFNN.com and turn your dreams into reality. Mastering Probability, folks. Let that be you.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. You get the NASDAQ flat. We got, let's see, S&P's are flat, Dow's down 9. Small caps are basically flat. And
we know we're going to be watching the DAX.
The DAX is the number,
for us, really, even though we're trading the U.S. markets.
That's right.
What we're really focused on is the DAX.
So tell them about it.
And what's interesting is both, it's actually kind of really featured in my newsletter, featured in your newsletter this morning, because we're not talking, we talk to each other, but it's really the DAX.
This is what ends up happening. So, I come into the studio. Steve kicks us off every day, of course, 9 o'clock. And I said to him, what's the DAX doing, man? I said, because see, what happens is this, folks. Yesterday, all the American indices plus the DAX failed on price and volume.
Yes.
Now, when you get a failure in swing point on price and volume, okay, it's a high probability trade, which is nice, okay? But what you know is this, is that you can't go to a higher high after that or it's going to keep going.
That's right.
Okay, no matter what, volume is up prices. It was a higher high. So this morning, first thing I did, of course, where's the DAX?
Exactly.
He says, the DAX is up. I said, okay, then that means the S&P can go higher. So when I come in, bottom line is that the DAX is failing right now again. Now, if the DAX, this is where we got it made, folks, meaning that when you understand and you go to all the markets, is that what happens is that if the DAX fails,
yes,
your probability goes up much higher that you can unload in a big way in the U.S. market.
Exactly. You know, and you're looking at that closing at 11:30, so you just be a little patient, and that's going to give you, you know, a pretty good piece of information. And absolutely, you know, it failed yesterday. We showed it on the show, and the price point was 67, 75, 74. Didn't have the volume. You got the volume a little bit later.
No volume.
But it closed yesterday just slightly below it, 67.74 versus 67.75. It was a failure at that swing point.
Right.
And you know, the problem is that the DAX is inside that, what we call our May 1st swing point is their May 2nd swing point, and it's just got wide price spread, you know, and so it's still trade inside there. This morning when it was up, it was like, okay, this thing wants to run into the full moon. But, you know, we're just going to have to watch and see what it actually does here now today.
And see? It's going to be 11 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah, it's good. So 11:30, we're going to be Kate.
If you want to understand where this goes, you want to go over to TFNN and test Steve in my newsletter.
There you go.
Let's take a look at some of the high-volume stocks out here in a low-volume market. Look at that. I like it. So I was still in
Oh, okay, that's great. Still in Germany. Huh?
I was still in Germany, so let's go back to the United States here. Okay, so in the U.S., this is what we have happening now. We got Pfizer's up 50 cents. They come out with numbers, selling plenty of drugs. What a drug culture this is. It's amazing, actually. War on drugs. So the war on drugs, there's a war on pot, and they feed you every other hard drug in the world.
Oh, my God.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bank of America's flat. You got Ford Motor Company up 12 cents. You got Qualcomm up 72. Goodyear's up 68. That's interesting. Starbucks is still getting whacked. That's an SBUX. What's happening over there? That had an extraordinary run anyway, just a 50%.
Yeah, but the pullback last week, the gap down, you know, was not good.
No,
not good at
intense, no doubt. Oh yeah, look at that. So that baby's got with 45, man, it's got 33 in it. Woo. And that was that. You know, that went nonstop. That nonstop from $8 to 61.
Yeah. Very nice.
Not bad. Okay, so how we set up now? We're coming into the new moon.
Into the full moon. So on Sunday we had the moon at perigee. So that was at the closest point to us. We saw that just simply by taking a look at the tides. Okay, yeah. Pretty dry out there.
Yeah, totally.
And so now we're coming into a full moon, which occurs at like about 3 a.m. Ephemeris time on Thursday. So it's really going to be Wednesday night at about 10 something.
And what is ephemeris time? How does that work?
I think it's GM Greenwich Mean Time.
I got it. Okay.
You know,
so it's like
a 5-hour time zone difference.
Cool. Okay.
You know, here. Okay. And so, you know, when you're paying attention to, so the actual full moon, we're going to be able to see a nice full moon.
Right.
You know, the sky should be clear here in Clearwater.
It's always clear. Yeah.
You know, on Wednesday night. So it's really coming into tomorrow. Now, the moon cycles are out there. How is it that you got the ECB, you've got the FOMC, you know, and they're timing their stuff really right around this area. So what we do know is this, that the last 5 of 6 full moon or new moons have marked a market high or low to the day. And this has been totally opposite of trying to either buy or sell on one. This is just simply, if the market's moving up and you've got either new or full moon, you know, it has marked, it's giving you the probability.
Right.
And I don't know what 5 divided by 6 is, but, you know, it's 90+%, something like that.
Right.
So, you know, so you've got a real high probability that Wednesday or Thursday, you know, becomes
energy, man. Yeah. It's all energy. Think about that, folks. It's all energy.
Big time energy.
I mean, that totally makes sense, though. It's energy.
And we don't care how it works. We just want to know that it does work.
You just want that probability. Higher probability, higher bread, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, all you Tigers and Tigresses, you stay right there. We'll be coming right back. Dow's down 10, Nasdaq's up 6, S&Ps are off fractionally. We're going to be right back.
Would you like a personal update from Tom O'Brien as to what equities he's trading and what his daily trading plan is before the market opens each morning? Every market day, Tom O'Brien sends out his daily newsletter, Market Insights, to hundreds of subscribers that rely on his daily recommendations when it comes to navigating these highly volatile markets we're dealing with. As recently as May 21st, Market Insights subscribers closed out all 5 open positions for a combined profit of over 68% in one day. profits ranged from 6.5% to over 24%, and all of these trades had been initiated within the previous 30 days. Now is the perfect time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's explosive trading newsletter, Market Insights, an $85 value. Tom breaks down the market each morning with his Market Take and provides trade recommendations including precise stops and target profit zones, leaving nothing left to guessing. Log on to tfnn.com today and sign up for your 2-week free trial. Make sure you're a subscriber the next time Market Insights subscribers close out multiple winning trades. Take action and sign up for your free trial today. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of tfnn.com and sign up now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. Don't forget, folks, coming up next, we're going to have Kate Stalter, 11 to 12 Eastern Time from beautiful Santa Fe, New Mexico. That's a small cap roundup. And if you trade options, folks, we're going to TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim headquarters in beautiful Chicago. Victor Jones is going to be with you 1 to 2. Then down to Dallas, Texas, Darryl Martin, 12 to 1. Victor Jones in Chicago. Then Dallas, Texas, Darryl Martin, 1 to 2. 2 to 3. This is the last day that we're open. That's 2 to 3, folks.
Exactly. July 31st, baby.
Starting tomorrow, we go live content, 9 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock at night, every trading day. So check it out. Then we're going out to Ken Shreve from 3 to 4, back here 4 to 6.
Now, the actual time for the full moon is 10:29 tomorrow evening, Eastern Standard Time.
10:29.
Yeah,
okay.
So it comes in tomorrow evening. So if you're on the East Coast, go out there and howl with us.
Start howling, baby. You got it.
And hey, you didn't. I saw a quote come across my phone from Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What did it say?
It said specifically, go buy homes now.
Yeah, I know.
From banks.
From banks. I heard him this morning.
You know?
There's no doubt.
Go buy. And he wasn't just pushing his property stuff.
No, he wasn't.
You know?
He wasn't. What has happened, folks, is this, okay, and depending where you are in the country, what gets interesting here is this. The opportunities are not in the whole country. There's no doubt. There's no more opportunities in Boston. There's, what he was saying this morning that Miami, there's really not an opportunity over there because it has gone so quick because South American money's coming in.
Yes.
If you're interested in real estate, if you're interested in investment in real estate, we opened a fund. It's the Tiger Fund. You can email us at tigerfund@tfnn.com if you're an accredited investor, because I can tell you flat out, here, the opportunity is over the hill. And that'll be gone, too. I mean, it's not going to lay there for I think we have a good couple years, but the reality is that it's here in a big way.
Yeah.
So,
and you got everybody that's out there, whether they're in the real estate business, from Buffett to Trump to just about everybody.
Well, it's
when they start taking a look at where's the smart money going.
when you can buy at basically $50 a foot, which it is, and that's not even the retail. The retail even here is going for 75 to 90 to 80 a foot. So there's a lot of different markets, so you just have to understand what the market is you're getting into, and it's a dynamic market, I can tell you that.
Yes.
And actually, that's right. I'm going to be,
you're going to be in Denver, right?
If you happen to be in Colorado, folks, I'm doing a live presentation there next Monday night at 6:30. So if you are interested, just email tigerfund@tfnn.com. And you can come by and see exactly what we're doing. So that's going to be fun. I'm actually going out to, Angie has a family reunion.
Yes.
So we're going up to Aspen for the weekend.
Oh, cool.
And then on the way back, they're taking the plane, and I'm going to take the plane back the next day. So.
Okay, good. Yeah. Very good.
I've never been to Aspen, I heard it's beautiful. So
it's nice to be able to cool off up there.
Oh, yeah.
Not that you need to cool off when we live down here, but it'll still be nice.
It's been a great summer.
Yes.
Shanghai, folks, okay, if you thought China was going to take over the world, let me tell you something. They're not going to do it this year. Shanghai now is traded 21.03. Now, the lows are 16.64. It's already into the monthly bar of the lows. So that sets up that, hey, you know what? That's where it wants to go.
And it's been trading inside the weekly bar of the March 2009 level, March 13th, 2009 level here for a while.
Yeah.
And so the low of that is in play, 28.19. 21.18 is just a weekly A to B equals CD down that it completes. So pretty wild, pretty intense.
It really is intense, man. And the reason it's so intense is this, folks. See, if you look at our markets, no doubt, the S&P went from 666 up to the 1400, right? Well, guess what? Shanghai did the same thing. Shanghai went from 1664 all the way up to 3,400. Well, big deal. Okay, now it's all the way back down.
Well, in Shanghai, they heard the Draghi news and they said, "Oh no, we've seen that play out of that playbook too many times." So even though all the other markets around the world were moving up, Shanghai was selling.
They kept selling.
No.
No doubt. Hey, did you see in Russia, Putin's putting everyone in jail?
Is he?
Oh yeah.
If they own some commodities?
No. If you own commodities, you really go to they never let you out. His new deal is, so now he's got this 3 punk rocking girls that started a protest. They got them going to jail.
Okay.
He has this other guy. So check this out, folks. This is really over the top. The amazing part about it is that none of these other politicians in all these other countries don't want to even touch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he just puts everyone in jail. So this guy that they grabbed, I don't know, the last couple of days. The guy he's going after now was the guy that was going after all the corruption in Russia. So now they just charged him with corruption.
Oh, jeez.
It's sick, man. I mean, it's if you're invested in Russia, folks, okay, you better take another look at that, because particularly if you have any gold stocks, equity stocks in Russia, forget it. They're going to take your gold, folks. Putin is going to take everything. There's no way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. What blows my mind is that it's never going to change. But he, right from the get-go, he was the biggest secret agent ever.
Yes, yeah.
You got to remember who people are, man. What do you think? He's going to change? No.
That's that scorpion frog story.
Oh, man.
What's a scorpion? Always a scorpion. What would you say is the weakest gold equity out there? What would be one of the weakest, top 2 or 3 gold equities out there that you would...
I'll show you a few of them that are just disgusting. I'll start with Coeur d'Alene.
Okay.
If you want to see stocks that have taken people to the cleaners and their management has, forget it. Watch this. Gold's at $1,600, right?
Yeah.
Coeur d'Alene has gone from $160 to $16.
How about that?
And this is what it is. They got rid of Whaler now, but this guy here, Whaler forever. And I was really lucky, man, because I made a lot of money on this stock, and because we had bought it at like 30 cents, sold it at $1.15 or something, right? And then I met this guy at one of the gold shows, right? And what happens in the gold business is this: there's so many people, folks. There is absolutely a large contingent of people, and they're normally about 65, 70 years old, right?
Yeah.
That know so much about the gold mining business. Is incredible, right?
Yes.
And as long as you keep your ears open, you can really learn a lot. So this guy comes up to my booth one day, right?
Yeah.
And he starts talking. I said, oh, man, this guy really knows what's going on, right? So he's there for an hour, 2 hours, and he's telling me, so I'm asking about this company, that company, this company. And Coeur d'Alene comes up. He says, don't you ever touch Coeur d'Alene. He says, let me tell you something. He explained to me how Wheeler and his family, for years, have been just taking everyone to the cleaners, right?
How about that?
Bang, that day, that was it. Kicked it out of the gold report, and then I watched it.
Yeah.
And sure enough, what they do, folks, is this. They just continue they'll get the gold out of the ground, but they continue to keep pushing shares out, give themselves shares. They just rip everyone off. That's the bottom line.
Wow.
And I will never forget that. And then the biggest one, of course, was that when I had Bob Buckham on.
Yes.
And that's why this Russia deal, folks, I got this right from Bob Buckham. Bob Buckham, KGC, he was and this is a live interview that this come out on, okay? So Kinross Gold end up having they went into Russia, and this is when everyone thought that, okay, Russia was going to be okay. This goes back to like 2003, right?
Yes.
And so he gets into Russia, and he had already put, I think, over $700 million into a mine.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden he shows up, and he was explaining, this is when Putin was changing all the governors of the inside the, they call them governors inside the states, right?
Yeah.
And he says, so when they showed up, they of course have to drink some, quart of vodka first in the morning. But bottom line is that they changed all the governors, and then the governor had said to him, he said, well, we're going to change the rules a little here, right? Now Bob Buckham's telling the story live on the air. And so he explained to me, he says, no, I wasn't going to do it. He said, I knew they were going to take me to the cleaners. So he took his loss, moved out, right?
Yes.
Bottom line, what ended up happening is, I don't know if the board didn't like, what Buckham was saying.
Yeah.
Bottom line, Bob Buckham moved on. And I'll tell you where he moved on to. We've made a fortune with him because, well, anyway, let me explain the KGC story. Bottom line, Kinross Gold, $27 at $8.56. Kinross Gold doubled down in Russia. They're going to get toasted. They're going to get roasted. They're going to get all of the above. And then we actually made a good amount of money when they bought BGO. They bought BGO, which has
when Kinross Gold did.
Which has a huge amount of exposure into Russia.
Yes.
So what's happening is that they're still building the mine, the billions into it. Once it's built, what my take is that, you know what, they're just going to take it.
Yeah.
They'll take it or tax it.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. And when we go at Bob Buckham, if you want to follow this is pretty cool. When Vista Gold spun off Allied Nevada.
Okay.
Well, guess what? Look who's right there.
Oh, how about
Chairman
that?
Bob Buckham.
How about that?
Just so you understand, folks, when we got Allied Nevada, we got it at $3, and it's $26. Yeah, for nothing. That was just a dividend for owning.
Oh, how about that?
Mr. Gold.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
It's great. It's wild. I know. The amazing thing about that is that I got to find that interview, because the amazing thing about that was that a CEO, and this was live at the Money Show.
Yeah.
Laid that whole thing out.
Yes.
Told me flat out. I mean, see, it gets no better than that when you can understand what happens inside. And he said they're going to take it. He says, if I put any more money in, I can they're going to take it, man.
Yeah.
And he has a history. I mean, that oil guy, could you imagine? We got it made in this country. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing when you think about it.
I think we do.
Oh, we definitely do, man. It's amazing. You know what it really is.
That's why I don't like when people start talking about. I think our best days are behind us.
Oh.
All that other stuff that's out there is noise, and we'll get through it.
Yeah,
and we'll figure it out.
Big time.
We're too resourceful.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, and our resources are too resourceful.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Listen, folks. If you have never, I've been through a couple hurricanes. And I remember I said this to you yesterday. Okay, what I think is really neat is this: is that the Earth itself is so powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, that you can have a hurricane come in and just destroy everything, and wait 4 or 5 months, and all of a sudden all this stuff comes back. It's like, this is amazing. I mean, it does destruction. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah,
but the reality is that the Earth itself is more resourceful
than I think. All the tornadoes that we had this year, early on.
Right.
Just creating all kinds of damage out there.
Oh, yeah.
People rebuild, whether it's in that, rebuild right in the existing spot or they move on and rebuild someplace else. So.
Yeah. Beautiful thing. 877-927-6648. Let's go over and take a look at that gold market. So gold, folks, is hanging right at the highs. Now, it's going to need more juice than this. We only get 67,000 contracts today. So you don't like seeing that when you're getting up at those high swing points. I would rather a lot more juice behind that move right here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, silver has broken out of that triangle. Not just that, folks. Yesterday it closed above the 50-day EMA. Now, look, I don't trade a lot based on the exponential moving averages, but I do put them on a chart. Do pay attention to be aware of it. Gold or silver hasn't been above the 50-day exponential moving average since when was the last time it was above? Was March 9th, 2012.
Wow,
so quite a while. So just being above that line right now, that 50-day happens to be $28 even. It's trading at $28.09. So it's not much above it, but it's the first time. It closed above it yesterday. It's trading above it right now. And so, what's going on with silver?
Yeah,
what's going on with high-O silver here?
Hey, listen, that would make sense. Yeah, look at that. That's a great Panther's shaping up. That looks good. It's inside the range. A couple of these. PAS used to be one of the strongest silver stocks there was.
Yeah.
And this has all to do with, another country that wants to take their mine.
Yeah. So who do you think is what's the strongest silver stock out there, would you say?
That's a tough one.
Is it?
Well, it's not a tough one. Just off the top of my head it is,
Well, we'll go with Great Panther then.
Yeah, no, Great Panther, great to me, Great Panther, no doubt. I mean, when you get a $1.68 stock that you're making money, you have $68 million cash in the bank, and that's important.
Now, how has it handled that high volume low down there? Has it tested that a few times?
Yeah, it has.
Okay.
And what it does have is this: it has this is what I really like about this. So watch this. We put this on a monthly.
Yes.
It has a high volume high.
Oh, it sure does.
So what happens is
that's really nice.
They have a high volume high at 504.
Nice. Yeah.
So what happens, folks, is that you don't know when the high volume high will get tested. You do know it will get tested. And the way I always look at those is that as soon as it starts moving, it's like, okay, baby, here we go.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it will go there, but it means that
it's kind of like a little magnet that just pulls it up.
It does. And
absolutely.
So if you look at this even in the context of where it's gone, you've got the lower lows. You've had lighter volume at that lower lows. Last time it really had any real juice on the way down was 265.
Yeah.
So what that means is that we're at 167.
The first area where you'd start to get some real edge. Some pressure, some solid pressure.
And they do business in one of the best places to do business, which is Mexico. For the mining business, folks, Mexico is the name of the game. Well, you get the Mexico, you get the United States, you get Canada.
Yeah.
Australia. But they're all really good. Now, I think what we're going to see happen, South Africa, of course. What I suspect you're going to see happen, there's going to be more demand from there because all the rest of the countries want the resources.
Yes.
And as soon as they get the resources, folks, they won't be able to get it out of the ground because the government can't do anything.
Right.
Except take our money.
We're not going to let them take our money.
No, we're not. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, you stay right there, folks. We're coming right back.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to tfnn.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to tfnn.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Time is the great equalizer of all mankind. Time doesn't care about winners or losers, who succeeds or fails. Time only cares that you played the game. Question: are you playing the money game? Is your money working as hard for you as you are for it? I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter service, and we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary. In year 1, we generated a 30% profit. Plus, I provided 26 hours of live coaching to my clients. My daily newsletter service is available by 8 a.m. each day and covers the stock, futures, currency, and commodity markets, along with all the current patterns that you can trade. Each newsletter is packed with education, and it's yours for as little as $3 per day. And for the next 30 days, you can try it risk-free. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage of tfnn.com and begin your journey to great wealth today. If you're waiting for a better tomorrow, remember this: today's tomorrow will soon be yesterday, and your clock is ticking. Mastering Probability. Now is your time.
Catch Kate Stalter on the Small Cap Roundup, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. Eastern. Up next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. Right now, we get a flat market, basically. You get the Dow down 7, Nasdaq's up 10, S&Ps are off 2, and it looks like
DAX is trying to crawl, trying to do the DAX crawl up the wall.
So we get it, 36 minutes. Okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, when we take a look at the DAX, obviously the swing point that we were dealing with yesterday was a swing point from July 20th. That high was 67.75.
Right.
Yesterday you tested on lighter volume, closed just below it.
Right.
Today, if it closes still above that 67.75, does that come into play?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so
it does.
Even though it made a new swing point yesterday, you'd still take a look at it and say, wait a minute here. That real wall was July 20th.
This is what ends up happening is that so if it closed under the swing point of yesterday, that's bearish.
2 failures.
Okay?
That's right. Yeah, you got 2 failures.
You really want to close under the 67.75. The reason being is that was the true test. It went up there.
Got it.
So in order to get a higher probability, that is the number. Yeah. And what you always try to do, of course, is you want to always make your probability higher. And so you want to make it the hardest, not the easiest.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
But that's a good setup right now.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think they're listening to us out there, so they're going to probably try to juice it the last couple minutes.
That's right. Hey, so that Tom O'Brien, he said we got to get it up above 67.75.
Don't be surprised. Bonds. Let's go take a look at bonds. Bonds refuse to die, folks.
Yeah, and so that's giving us a signal, too, right? You figure between the DAX and the bonds there, really providing you with a bunch of information.
It absolutely is. And your 170,000 contracts are just big numbers, folks, okay? And the key is that you're hanging right at the high. The first, just so you understand how close you're hanging, the first closing high, which was in June, we're already over it.
Yes,
we're over it.
Over the low.
Over the close, which is the 150, 111. Okay. And I heard
I heard somebody in the background this morning on CNBC talking about a possible bond bubble.
The bubble,
right? I heard. Now I wasn't listening too closely,
right?
But what I did hear was the reaction was they were trying to take them apart. What do you mean?
No.
I think he was just saying, look, just interest rates rising a little bit,
right,
are going to have an impact.
Right. No. It was a good conversation, and the conversation, he was explaining that. Last year, PIMCO and, plenty of people got taken apart in the bond market saying, hey, it just went from 2.5 to 1.5, 10-year.
Yeah.
And he was saying, and he's right, that's the point, you know what I mean? And he brought up the Imperial Palace in Japan, and, 1988, that was worth more than the California. Really? Well, no. But to me, 1.5, well, you get another 1.5, you can go.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
And the biggest part, technically, I had a hard time even when it took it over last year, because this move has been going since last year, folks, and it took out a swing point with volume. So, but I'm looking and saying to myself, this is sick. But that's what you have to. What you have to do is you have to actually cover up what it is and say, okay, technically that's where it's going. Right?
Exactly. And I even said that this morning. We were looking at this chart. I said, we were looking at the euro. I said, forget about what it is. Look at the pattern.
That's hard to do. But fundamentally, I've told the story before. I totally understand now. Because let's say our real estate fund, folks. Bottom line, the way it works is this: if you want your money guaranteed, right? And, it's over $250,000.
That's right.
Bottom line is that when it's in the bank, you get no interest. But bottom line, you know what they do with the money, folks? They have the right to buy bonds with the money and leverage it 10 times.
Yeah.
As soon as that happened, it totally makes sense to me.
That's right.
Every fund out there, folks, okay? What are you going to do? You're not going to take investors' money and say, okay, let me make 0.5% for a year. You're not going to happen. You want to know that the money's secured. Good. You put millions in. The bank takes it. That's what's pushing the bond market. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, you stay right there, folks. Got Kate Stalter coming up next. Victor Jones, Darryl Martin, Ken Trees, and back here. Have a great one.
Take care, folks. Have a good day. Euro.
Put the power of the Chapman